Hello there and welcome to the channel. My name's Rob. I'm an English teacher in the French speaking part of Switzerland with the Balkan School of Languages. This channel is dedicated to helping you improve your English language skills, and today we're tackling a topic which is a very common mistake with all of my students, and that is the difference between the three words for, since and during. These words are all fairly similar. Most of my students are French native speakers, and if you use the direct translation in sentences, you'll make mistakes all the time with these words. So the objective today is to try and clarify the difference, give you some examples, and help you avoid these mistakes in the future. Let's go. So let's start with the word for. So after the word for, you need to use a period of time or duration. Here we're focused on how long something takes, and it's often the response to the question, how long did it take, or how long will it last? It could be in the present or the past or the future, but we're really focused here on the duration. It could be a very short duration, for example several seconds, or it could be a very long duration, thousands of years. That's not important, but if you're focused on the duration, you need to use for as the preposition plus the period of time. For example, I have worked at this company for 10 years. I'll be gone for several days. So here you see you can use several days. It doesn't have to be a specific duration of 2 minutes or 5 minutes. It can be non-defined, so several days. Another example could be if you say a long time. For example, I was waiting for a long time yesterday. So be careful. Most of my students in these examples would use the word since, but not in this context. If we're focused on a period of time, you need to use for instead. So now with since. So since is used to focus on the starting point of an action. So it's very often used with a date, but it could also be a time. It could also be an event, but the focus is on the starting point. So it's not possible to use a duration. If it's a duration or a period of time, we're going to use for, as I just explained. So some examples. I have worked at this company since 2011. So it's the same as our example in the first part. The meaning is exactly the same. But if you say 10 years, you need to use for. And if you use the date, the year that it started, 2011, you need since. Another example. I've been waiting since 9:30. So you can use a time. Doesn't have to be a date. Could also be a time. It's the start of the action. Or, we've been working on this project since Christmas. So here we've used an event. You could also say since the audit, or since my birthday, or since the beginning of the year. But it has to be a reference, a time reference of when something started, and not, as I mentioned, a duration. An extra point, as you may have noticed, is that since is very often used with the present perfect. So we're referring from the start of the action until now. So this includes the past, and it's making a link to the present. And when we do this, as you may know, we need to use the present perfect tense, as in all of these examples. If you need more clarification on the present perfect tense, you can check out this video up here where I break down the difference between the past simple and the present perfect. But since is used most of the time with the present perfect. And the third word, which is often confused in this context, is the word during. So during is strangely not used with a duration. And that's where people get confused. You can't say during 10 years. Because if you use a duration, you use for 10 years. So during is in fact used to focus on when something happened. For is used to discuss the duration. So as I said before, it's often the question, how long did it last, or how long will it last, how long will it take? But during is normally the response to the question, when. When did it happen? When will it happen? It can be in the past, the present, or the future. But we're responding to the question when. It's nearly always followed by a noun. To give you some examples, everyone was very stressed during the audit. So during the audit, it's a noun, and in this period of time, during this period of time, everybody was stressed. Another example could be, several interesting points were raised during our discussion. So during plus our discussion, this happened during our conversation. Another example, let's use the question this time. So maybe you have a broken leg. Someone could ask you, oh, when did it happen? You could say, it happened during my skiing holiday. So again, focused not on the duration, but when it happened. So that's it, a quick one for you today. This is supposed to be a reference for you. It's not easy, particularly if you're a French native speaker. I don't know about other languages, but I imagine that there are similar issues that can be raised from your own native language as well. If you found the video useful, please consider subscribing. You can check out some of our other videos. We've got links in the description below. But thanks for taking the time to watch the video, and until next time, take care. Bye bye.